Welcome to Multiple Offers, a real estate show with competing perspectives. Today we are talking about the top 5 episodes of all time.
Put that coffee down.
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
How'd you get the gig? Oh, they were hiring. It was only a 2-week course.
I will sell this house today.
What are you, some kind of real estate agent?
He's a realtor. There is a difference somehow.
This is Multiple Offers, a real estate show.
All right, guys, it is episode 35. It is another express episode because we've got holiday things to be doing, but we thought today would be fun to come back and discuss. We're kind of ending the year and deciding how we're going to make the show better for next year, and we thought it'd be cool to take a look at what were our most exciting episodes. What are our top downloaded episodes of the year? And before we get into that, I thought Matt Jer, it might be kind of fun to talk about what your favorite episodes to record were.
My favorite episode was episode 14. You remember what that was?
Was it the pictures episode?
Nope.
Okay. I was going to guess
that he was going to pick Danielle episode.
Yeah, that's totally what I thought Matt was going to say.
And that was a popular episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, episode 14 was the most important showing.
That was a really good title.
Yeah. Now, what is the most important showing, Jeff?
The home inspection.
Yeah. For sellers. And that's an episode for sellers. And part of the reason why it's my favorite episode is because I actually use it a lot in my business.
Right.
Hey, seller, you've got an inspection coming up.
Go listen to my podcast.
This would be a really good episode to listen to. Like it really reminds you of a lot of stuff that could really benefit the process.
And we didn't have an inspector on for that one.
No, we have not had an inspector on the show yet.
Something to maybe fix for next year.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Even better if.
What about you, Jeremy?
Me?
What's your favorite episode?
Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite episode?
There's just so many to choose from.
You can't remember any of the episodes, can you?
There was 12. 12 was a good one.
Which was 12, Jerry?
Get to know a district, New West town, city. Matt? I don't have to know because Matt's here.
Oh, you're counting on. Oh, you're just
12.
counting on me to tell you 12. 12 was clearly not a popular episode.
Because Matt doesn't remember it.
Oh, you know what? I got my episode titles wrong.
Oh, did you?
Episode 12 was the most important showing. My favorite episode.
Whoa.
I said it was 14, but 14 was fall market or falling market.
We've been just trusting fact, Matt, this whole time.
So that's a great lead into what I was going to say. Any episode that we prove Matt wrong or where Matt
those are your favorites?
Any fundamental error. Because I work together with Matt and he's just such a knowledgeable guy. So when he's
subtext,
when he's 100% wrong and faulty in his judgment information, it's always a great little sort of time for me. But the favorite would have to be the weed episode, the safety meeting one,
when you and Matt fought about smoking.
Because we actually got to kind of air out some dirty laundry and just really.
Got out the aluminum pole.
Get it out there. That was the safety meeting was episode 27.
Okay.
Was it, Matt?
Yep, 27.
Was it actually?
Yeah.
Totally a guess.
Good guessing.
What's your favorite? Geoff.
So it was pretty cool when we had the mayor on the show. That's pretty high up there.
He says hi now to us when we see him walking.
I know, it's so exciting.
It's amazing.
Yeah. If I want to get sentimental, I'll say bringing my dad on the show was a pretty cool episode. I love listening to Dad tell his stories, and it was kind of fun to talk about how real estate's changed over the years.
Remember what that one's called?
A Brief History of Greater Vancouver Real Estate.
Almost.
With Mick McLennan.
With Farmer Mick.
A Brief History of Real Estate in Greater Vancouver.
I forgot the word. Okay.
Episode 29.
Yeah. So that's probably my favorite. So before we get in to start going through the top 5 here. Now, did you guys manage to keep to your commitment? You weren't going to check?
I did not look. I do not know.
Okay. I totally looked.
Did you?
But I looked at different.
You looked at
different data.
Just the iTunes data, which might be different than the overall. So I'm going to start from least to most.
So most downloaded episode.
This is most downloaded episode.
So our top 5 most downloaded episodes.
Fifth most downloaded.
So any guesses? What comes in at number 5?
I'm not guessing on number 5.
Okay.
The Mick episode.
No.
Number 9.
And I will say that the Mick episode, while it has had an absolute ton of downloads recently, probably because it's a newer episode, did not make the top 5. The number 5 was Election Edition, City Council Candidates Weigh In on Housing Part 2 with New Westminster Progressive Bryn Ward.
Oh, Bryn's in the top 5.
Yeah.
So our election episodes definitely got some earballs.
So we had this, Bryn's came in at number 5, and it's actually made up, it's funny how our top 5 episodes make up about 25% of our total downloads. Like when an episode gets cooking, it really gets a ton.
Okay, what's number 4?
Number 4 is the episode I thought was Matt's favorite episode.
Number 20.
Which is number 20, Talking Pictures, The Magical Art of Real Estate Photography with special guest Danielle Dobson from Real Photo. So what should people go back and listen to that episode for?
Pictures.
That's all about our pictures and how to improve. And Danielle had some really good tips, too, on things you can do to prep before the photographer gets there, right?
She did. After doing that episode, we definitely
stepped
up our game. Yeah, and now that we know exactly what's going through her head, it's so much easier working with her, even not that it wasn't easy before.
Now we know her pet peeves.
Right.
Yeah.
And Matt tries to fix them, and Jer tries to enhance them.
Enhance. I'm gonna move that Kleenex box.
I thought Matt would have picked that one, A, because I know you really like that episode, and B, you came up with the title for that one. That Talking Pictures, I remember, was your idea, and I think it's quite clever. So number 13, are we still guessing, or are we giving up on guessing?
I'll guess once we get to the top 2, because you just said episode 13 was number 3, or was that a slip of the tongue?
Oh, Matt, you did. I did say 13. That was totally a slip of the tongue. And so for our listeners, number 3 was episode 13. What to expect when you're inspecting, preparing buyers for the home inspection, and setting expectations. And we kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, but this episode was all about how to prepare as a buyer and what you're looking for in an inspection. Matt got into some really interesting stuff about how looking at home inspections as pass-fail is probably the wrong way to be looking at that stuff. Anything else you guys wanted to add about that episode that sticks out in your memories?
What I will add is that I think it's a really valuable topic to put forward for our listeners.
Yeah.
And I don't think we did our best work.
That's one you want to redo.
I want a version 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I think it's good.
Yeah.
But I think it can definitely be done better, and I want to do another one next season.
What is one thing you would improve?
We spent way too much time talking about how to choose a home inspector. Mm-hmm. I want to just talk more about the psychology of mentally preparing yourself for the inspection.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's do that next year.
Like actually what to expect.
Okay. So we're in the top 2.
Okay.
I'm not going to accidentally blow it this time.
Okay, so the top 2, it's tough to say which is in which order. I mean, Election Edition number 1 with the 4 city councilors, I think, is going to be our number 1 episode.
Okay.
Or Cote.
Yeah. No, I think with the 4 councilors, that'll be number 1. And number 2, that might be episode 9. But I feel like...
Do you remember the title?
That was with... I can't remember the first part of it, but it's with Coach Keith. Secrets to Success.
Yeah, you got it. Any Given Sunday, 2 to 4. Oh,
how could you not remember that title?
Oh, that's great.
That was a great title.
Yeah, and that was where we had Coach Keith on the show. He gave that episode. If you're a realtor and you've listened to any of our episodes of the show, that's the show you should listen to, because he just was spilling so much knowledge on how to build a real estate business. And for a while, that was our one that just couldn't be beat. That episode went off the charts.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody seems to want a little taste of that one, right?
Yeah.
So did I get it right? Was episode 9 was our second most downloaded episode?
You did. You got the order right, Matt. So number 1 was...
Election Edition number 1.
Yes.
City Councilor Incumbents.
Yeah. And that's where... I missed that episode.
Oh, that's too bad, Jeff. Our best episode, and
Our
you weren't.
best episode ever. Yeah, I was so mad that I couldn't make that episode because I was really excited for that.
Yeah,
one.
and we had a lot of scheduling conflict with that. Let's let our listeners know Geoff didn't bail on that
no,
episode.
no, our guests had to change the time up, and we accommodated.
We had
but
4 counselors on, so getting 7 people in the room together is pretty tough.
Yeah.
So we had all the incumbent counselors running for re-election: Jamie McAvoy, Patrick Johnstone, Chuck Puckmeyer, and Mary Trentadue.
And I mean, even though the election's over, if you want to get to know who's on your city council, they were all elected.
Yeah.
That's a great way to get to know if you're new to New West and you want to kind of get a flavor for who's running the city. I felt bad for the mayor that he didn't make the top.
He didn't make top 5.
He didn't make top 5.
Another thing too on that note about the counselors, Patrick. Do you remember what he has a podcast or no a blog?
Yeah.
Do you remember what it's called?
It's just on his website. I think just patrickjohnstone.ca.
Okay. He actually, like after council meetings, will post content on the website about what was chatted about.
Right.
Kind of
Yeah,
his
that's
opinion
really
and things
cool.
like that. So if you want to, an in on what's happening in the city and what kind of decisions are being made, that's probably a good resource. And we might have him back.
Yeah, we got really good
too.
feedback from all of our guests from the election edition saying like
Everybody who came in and did an election episode had a great time doing it.
bring us back on, right? So, I mean, and we're absolutely going to. It's just sort of time and subject matter has to sort of fit that we're bringing good content to the listeners, right?
Yeah. So we're probably going to wrap this up, but just real quick, I'm just going to rattle off 6 through 10 because that's interesting.
Oh, but I want to
too.
hear a little bit from Jer. Like he pulled some other stats from iTunes, and I'm a bit curious to hear because we're talking about download stats, and that's sort of popularity.
Let me rattle these off, and then Jared can close us out with his secret information.
Okay, I should probably find that information.
Yeah, which I'm giving him time to find it. So number 6 was our very first episode. Do deals still exist in the Vancouver real estate market? Number 32 is a brand new one. Strata 101 is getting an absolute ton of downloads. I think if we come back a year from now that it'll be in the top 5. The Mayor was at number 7. New West Side Story, everything you need to know about the New Westminster market, was number 8. I'm really proud of that title. And number 17, Buying Pre-Sales with Courtney Edwards. I almost called her Edwardes, but with guest Courtney Edwards was also, and she's back to selling pre-sales.
Yes, she is.
So it might be worth having her on sometime next year too to get insights into how it's happening
But
right
now.
now.
Now she's back in the club. She may not be able to
Yeah,
give
now
us
she's
all
not allowed to
the secrets
disclose.
Oh, we'll bribe her, I think.
with like a free iPad or a lunch. That's an inside joke for all
That's
the-
because that's
the-
what pre-sales bribe realtors with to
Pre-sale
come
parties.
and hear their speeches. So what do you got, Jer?
You made it. You kind of built it up like it was going to be this big thing.
That was your partner, Matt.
Thanks, Matt. I was looking at the iTunes stuff, which is a bit different, little bit of different methodology there. But one thing we noticed was the episodes. You get the full length there, and for some people, they might be that the show ends and then there's just dead air after. But we always record a little Easter egg after.
Oh, you're
show.
letting people in on the big secret.
Yeah, because I was looking at, you're kind of seeing average time listened or per device, and once you start getting into some of that, and a lot of them are at this sort of like 90% mark, and you're like, I think people are missing that there's some
people
fun
are
little
missing the
anecdotes
secret after the credits.
Yeah, the bonus track.
Yeah.
So
All by myself.
feel free to go back, have a listen, or fast forward to the end.
There are
of
a
them.
lot of bonus tracks. Not all of them.
Not usually real estate related, but just some fun information.
Never real
They're
estate
never real
related.
estate related. That's the rule.
Yeah.
I snuck in real estate once or twice.
The first rule of Fight Club is
So, anyways, so it's just interesting to see that. Interesting to see different listening habits and stuff on different platforms. My episode seemed like people were listening to it on YouTube, or people found it on I would say they watched it on YouTube, but it's
your
it's
episode.
nothing to my favorite episode.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's a fun little tidbit. End of the episodes. Feel free to listen to that.
Good or bad, the most unusual trend of that top 5 is that you can't connect it to any one type of listener. We've got the election edition, which is just New West residents, not necessarily real estate people. Any Given Sunday for Keith, which is
That's realtors. I mean, some people who aren't realtors might listen to it because it's interesting, but that is a realtor targeted
and it's really
episode.
helpful for anybody who wants to just have a little self improvement.
Yeah,
but definitely the people who are drawn to it are realtors, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, like our other episode that's doing well is strata. And that is very specifically like a real estate buyer, right? Some of this other stuff. So there's a real cross section. And I guess what I'm saying is after a full season of doing this 34 episodes, I still don't fully understand the listener.
It's like there's more than one of them out there. And they're different human beings.
So we're going to keep bringing a variety of content.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
we'll
for
keep
sure.
mixing it up and taking more, recommendations and input from the listeners too, right?
All right.
Sounds good.
That's it.
That's it. We're out.
Happy New Year.